Hey everybody, welcome back to the family channel.
Hello.
We hope you guys are having a fantastically awesome day so far. We hope you had an awesome weekend. Today we are reacting to smoked Walmart prime rib, and that is because I really fancy beef.
Me
and
too.
We are struggling with beef at the moment, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. Because whenever I go shopping, I'm like, yep, today I am getting beef. And then I look at it, look at the selection,
And
and
it's
I'm
horrible.
like, I am not paying so much money for this.
Yeah,
Like,
there's not
I don't
even a
want to
cut.
be rude, but like, it's horrible
Yeah.
looking meat. Like,
Although we did find a butchery, when was it? Last week.
yeah.
And there's another one near us that I might have to take a trip
Yeah,
to.
there is actually one near us.
It's a farm store, so it's all raised by them and everything, isn't it?
Yeah, they also have their own bakery and they have
Their own honey.
they make the fresh pasta and everything,
yeah.
like literally everything. And the meat that like you can tell that
And
it
it's-
looks it's amazing. It's a good
super
quality.
expensive.
Super
though,
expensive.
But yeah, I think we got to go and get at least a nice cut.
Yeah, but
And
we
then
need to decide on
What we
want
want to cook first. Yeah, I know I want to get... This sounds random as anything. We can't get beef bones here in the normal shop, so I can make like a beef bone broth.
Yeah, no, hold on. You can get it in a shop.
I always
But
only
it's,
see pork.
No, they do beef
Okay.
beef bones as well. I'll get some beef bones.
Yeah, I love a bone broth.
I
and I
suppose
made
you
one
can't
last
go
year.
wrong with the beef bones,
Ooh, I
is it?
love... Yeah, it's bones.
Yeah.
Anyway, before we get into today's video, if you guys haven't done so already, please make sure you hit the subscribe button. And without further ado, let's check out a smoked Walmart prime rib.
Hey, welcome back to How to Barbecue Right.
Quiet.
I'm Malcolm Reed. It's the holiday time, y'all, and that gets me to thinking about prime rib. Now, you don't always have to spend over $200 on a great big whole prime rib. Just the other day, I was strolling through Walmart. I found a 5-pound prime rib roast for around 65 bucks. So I wanted to take that prime rib roast, cook it just like I would one of the whole ones, and see if it turns out holiday table worthy. Let's get to cooking. So this prime
love
rib
this
roast that
guy.
I have today,
Like, I trust him with recipes. You know, he enjoys it.
Yeah, he loves
weighs
his food
5
and he's
pounds.
good with
Now
his
it's
food,
about a
so-
quarter of a whole giant prime rib, but you save some money by buying a smaller piece. Now it's not going to feed as many people. You're looking at 4 to 6 servings, depending on how
That would
thick
be
you
good
like
for
your
our family.
slices. Now
Yeah.
I chose this one over a bone-in version, which they had at Walmart, because I just wanted all the meat. This one,
Look at the meats though; they look so much better. Like
Yeah.
in color and everything.
Yeah.
But beef isn't a big meat here, is it?
No, it is, but I think it's because it's so expensive. It's kind of like it's like a luxury item.
Is it a luxury item over there? I don't know. I don't know if we just think
I mean, when I'm looking at the prices there, it's
it's comparable, isn't it?
it is comparable, isn't it?
Yeah.
But then we don't compare the wages of Slovakia.
True.
with people
True.
to
Minimum wage
Americans,
here is like
yeah.
just under €1,000,
Yeah.
isn't it, a month?
Yeah.
Which is insane.
it's marbled. I can see it through the packaging, and I know it's going to be good. First thing I'm going to do is get it out of the cryovac and get some of this moisture dried off the prime rib. When I'm looking at this meat, I want to see that marbling in the spinalis, the marbling in the eye
Spinalis.
of that ribeye. When I'm feeling on it, I can tell it's got a little hard fat down here on the tail end. I'm going to go ahead and trim that off. Start in here. We're just going to round it off here. I'm not going to need that fat. It is excess weight. You could use it to render it down, maybe make some tallow.
I might trim it off, but I will not be getting rid of it. I'll probably fry it or something on the side for me to just chew on. I wouldn't get rid of it.
Throw it in some grind for some sausage. I want it to have
good idea.
a nice prime rib shape to it. The rest of this fat is going to render. It's going to give us some flavor. Now I'm just going to take some pieces of butcher twine and tie around this prime rib because I want it to hold its shape. You don't have to get it super tight, but you want it tight enough to where it doesn't spread out when it cooks. I just make a little butcher's knot on it here, cinch it up a little bit. What I like about that is it helps it hold its shape. That's going to keep that prime rib roast from spreading out. It's going to make us have pretty cuts when we get ready to slice it. And I'm going to put together a
You
little
seen this?
rub
It's got an off-road barbecue. Look at the tires on it.
Oh yeah.
combo to go on the outside. So I'm going to start off with some of my tea.
Oh, we had
Oh,
that.
yeah,
I think we've
that-
got that.
yeah.
Eyeball
we still
some
got
out
that.
in a bowl here. That's going to take a couple tablespoons anyway. And then I've got some chimichurri
Don't have
seasonings.
that.
And normally this is used to make a dehydrated chimichurri sauce, but I want to use it as a herby crust on the outside of this prime rib. About equal parts TX and the chimichurri. And then to give it a little more flavor, I've got some dehydrated garlic and some dehydrated onion going in. I like the chunky pieces instead of just
I
using...
started using that garlic we have a lot more. That like powdered garlic. Just because the garlic we grew in our garden last year, the cloves are a bit small and I can't handle peeling small
Yeah,
stuff.
I think what we just need to do, we just need to peel that garlic and just blend it and
Dehydrated maybe? Or yeah, that's a good idea. Like the puree in
yeah,
the jar.
like just
Yeah.
make a garlic puree because like it tastes lovely.
Yeah, it's delicious garlic, but like I mentioned it the other day, when Kat gets the small onions or small potatoes and stuff like that, I find it such a waste of time. I'm like, why peel potatoes? Most of the time I don't peel anyway.
No.
But like onions, it's like you spend so long peeling it, and then you got to cut it out. Like, just give me one big onion.
Is it garlic powder or onion powder to give it a little more texture, a little more flavor. So I've got a little olive oil. We're going to get coated on the outside of this prime rib for a binder. People always get on to me, you call it prime rib, you're not cooking prime beef. Well, that's two different things. You don't have to be prime to be prime rib. It's just about the presentation. You can cook a prime rib, but today we're cooking Walmart Black Angus Choice. So I'm starting off the season here with a little bit of Swine Life prime beef. It's just going to be my little base layer of flavors. Goes excellent on prime rib. Now that we got that beefy layer going with the prime beef rub, it's time for some herbs. So I'm just going to use my hand and kind of cake this on. You want to sprinkle it over it?
That's
What's
a
going to
lot
happen?
of
Yeah, but that's
herbs.
what I like about him is he's not one of those who's like, oh, that's enough salt or whatever. He proper flavors it.
I'm always worried that I overdo it.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, it's a lot harder to overdo it on a piece of meat. I think. Because if you cook, I think maybe I'm wrong.
And that olive oil that we used as a
I put
binder
loads
is
on.
going to reconstitute some of these herbs. It's going to add some moisture to them. As the meat cooks, it's also going to pull out moisture. So all this is going to soften. It's going to make a nice crust on it. But
He's
the
gonna
herbs will
drop
be
his
cooked and they're not going to burn up. That's the important part. But if you'll notice on there, we've got the edges coated. We've got the outside.
I don't know whether you guys can hear that. That's Jacob drinking, by the way. Oh, hello. You guys have never met Karen yet. This is Karen. She's mum to most of the kittens here. She's another rescue. The reason she's called Karen is because when we got her, she wouldn't shut up. She just kept moaning at everything. But she's lovely, eh?
She is very
proper
lovely.
cuddles
she
me.
is
She loves me.
such a loving cat, like really, really loving, and
Yeah.
she loves Jono.
And we've got all of them spayed and neutered now, but we had to get her done because when she came, she arrived with a kitten, and then like she got pregnant again, which is why we got another 3. But yeah, she's so sweet, and now that she's like a home cat, she proper stays in, especially in the winter. Sorry, a bit of a tangent, but yeah, I thought I'd introduce you to Karen because she's cool.
Top. Don't be scared to season your meat. So I've got my Grilla Silverback pellet grill fired up today. Got some hickory
I'd like
pellets
one of
in
these
there.
pellet
I'm just
grills.
gonna set the roast right
it
on the
up
center
together.
grate over an aluminum foil lined drip tray just to keep the mess down. And we're gonna leave it alone. But I want some smoke on the outside of this roast. I want it to come up nice and slow to render that fat, to take it up to about 120 degrees internal so it'll carry over at about 125. Now we're just gonna get the lid closed and let this baby do its job. All right, it's been 30 minutes. Our prime rib's been on the smoker here. This is where I want to put a probe in it because I don't want to mess it
30
up. If I'm
minutes in here,
watching the
look at it.
internal temperature, I know what it's doing. I can leave the lid closed. So I'm just going to stick it in here, go down. We're about midways in that roast. Now I just got to let it cook. Leave the lid closed. Watch the internal temperature. I've got it set for 115 first. It's going to let me know to start paying attention to it. At 120, I'm taking it off and resting it. All right, our dot's going off. It was 120 degrees internal. That's as far as I want it to go on the pit. So I'm going to take my probe out. Look at this roast. Uh-oh. That is a thing of beauty right there. We got that nice crust all on the outside. I got to get over to the cut board. It's hot, but check it out. You know that's going to taste good. All right, y'all. I'll let this prime rib just
looks
hang out here with a
delicious.
little aluminum foil over it. If you wanted to rest it longer, hey, wrap it up, throw it in a dry cooler. It'll hang out for a couple hours and stay warm. That way you can cook your other stuff for your party. But I can't take it no more. I got to try it. So I'm going to try to get these strings off here. And I'm going to use some scissors. I know I tied 3 of them on here. I just got to find them in all this delicious crust. There's one. There's 2.
Like,
and
I
I
miss
got
having
one
beef.
more right
Yeah.
here in the center. For the moment of truth, I'm fixing to cut me off some. So first, I'm going to take this edge off. I'm going to eat this crusty bit, but let's get a decent sized piece off right behind it. Oh, man. I'm just going to make a few slices here. Let them fall out. And look at that. That is beautiful. Prime rib, perfectly cooked. Spinalis, got some fat to
Yeah,
it.
look at that
And just because
fat.
it's red don't mean it's blood. That's meat juice, y'all. It's supposed to be that color. As it oxidizes, it turns even more red, but it's not blood. It's delicious meat juice. So I'm going to dip some of that crunchy end in there. Oh, loose smoke. Yes, sir. That's Walmart prime rib all day long. This flavor on the outside is amazing. I mean, normally that end piece, you know, that ain't the optimal piece you want to try. But that crust, oh man. Now, I tried the end piece. I'm gonna put that one to the side. I gotta get out a piece of this that's more rare. We don't have a lot of flavor on the inside. It's just the beef. We put the seasoning,
That's when I
the
said
herbs.
to you, like, you can't really overdo it because, like, on the inside, so you can take,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
All the flavor on the outside with the smoke. So the important thing on a prime rib is to get it really good and seasoned on the outside so that flavor carries through. And I'm going to try a moment of truth bite right out of the center, see if we have any flavor. I tell you what, I'm impressed by this small prime rib roast. I just proved that you don't have to buy the whole prime rib to turn out something fantastic. This little 5-pound roast, quarter prime rib will melt in your mouth. And that's what it's all about. I know everybody that I serve it to is going to love it. Hey, well, appreciate y'all hanging out with us. If you like what we're doing,
that was
subscribe to the channel. You know you can find us on Facebook.
I subscribed to him ages ago. I love this guy.
Yeah.
I just like the simplicity of it.
I just wanted to say, it's so simple.
It's not
isn't
like
it?
bells and whistles and all this stuff, and you like it's just simple, clean, delicious cooking. Oh,
yeah.
I'm proper in the mood for some nice. That beef with the fat is like Cat made pork yesterday, like a creamy mushroom pork. I don't know what it's called, but that's Karen, and it was delicious. It was so good. But I like when we finished eating, I went and had a look in the pot, and I was picking out all the fat bits because
And I
I
was
love the
wondering
fat.
what it was all
I
about.
love it. I love it so much. I don't know why. I've always she's drooling again. She always drools when she's cuddling. It's a bit weird, but she's a good girl. Anyway, I'm waffling on about a cat again.
Yeah. So we need to have a beef on the menu.
I
this
definitely
week.
want to get one of those pellet smokers eventually, but they are so expensive here in
Yeah.
Slovakia because I think they're all like imported or something. They are so expensive. But
Yeah.
one day I want to get one.
One thing, I thought because it's a prime rib that he was cooking. Where's the bone?
That's what he said in the beginning. He bought the
Oh, did
off
he?
bone one. yeah.
Oh, okay, I get it. I missed that one.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you're wondering why I'm sitting in the corner, it's because I hate filming here. Like, a cat's getting annoyed with me because I keep saying it. But this wall needs to be painted and plastered still, and this corner is frustrating the life out of me. So I'd rather hide it with my ugly self than you having to see the ugly wall. So if that's what you're wondering. Anyway, have a fantastic rest of your evening, and we will see you in the next video.
Bye.